that the last great update that was made that I really enjoyed was the fact that we could see now if the person was who made the purchase was on mobile or desktop, but you do have to drill down and to find that. But maybe we'll talk about that later. And Andrew, make sure you include that in your videos. Okay. Oh, Andrew says, thankful for this meeting to bring me back to a good mood. So angry with UPS. Oh, US. Almost said the wrong thing, Andrew. USPS right now. Big difference from USPS and UPS. Oh, okay. All right. I am super excited to bring you talk about my favorite platform, my all-time favorite platform. With that said, I want y'all to know YouTube is not perfect, okay? It has its flaws, but one of the reasons why I love YouTube so much, I'm a stats nerd, and YouTube has the most robust platform of any of our social and content platforms. Okay. And I know that people in this call today are in all different stages of their journey with their Amazon as well as just their affiliate business in general. So I guess I want to start by trying to like make sure I know exactly who's here now. Can you please put a one in the chat if you have a YouTube channel? If you don't, just put a zero. Dino he already had his finger on the one because he knew what I was going to ask. Yay, one times four. Thank you, Andrew. Overachiever. No content, but you have, okay, well, good. Having the channel set up, Latoya, is still good because that's just one less hurdle you have to worry about. Okay, great. I don't see any zeros. I don't see any zeros. So I guess that's a good thing. Great. So some of you already know the power of YouTube. One of the things that I want you all to remember as Logies is that we want to keep our Logie brands happy. The happier they are, the more free products we get, the more the platform grows, the more those major commission bonuses come in. And I believe that the brands love it. They like Instagram and TikTok and all that, but I do believe that they also love when we post on YouTube. So now, whether you're going to have a dedicated channel or not, it's really up to you. And I know a lot of people will ask that question. Should I start another channel? You got to figure that out on your own. You really do. You want to you don't want to be too far off topic with your videos and what your channel are, because most of y'all already have an existing channel. You don't want to be like way in left field because that kind of doesn't make sense. Unless every now and then you just put up a short. And the short, because most of the time with shorts, it's not really your subscribers that's watching the shorts. And so it's okay. Don't get me wrong. It's okay. But you kind of want to like stick to what people know you for. And that can change, over time. Your audience, your viewers, your community can grow with you as you change and go through different things. Okay? So don't think you have to be a statue, all right? But I don't want you to like do something that's just totally offbeat. Okay? Right? Like for example, I know that a lot of the folks that are Logie creators are into ammunition, guns, and things like that. I totally am not into that with my content. All right, I actually had my license to carry and all that stuff back in the day, but with my content, I'm not into that. So to me, it would be weird if I all of a sudden start talking about guns on my channel. All right, but it's up to you whether you have a separate channel for your Amazon videos to live in another place or not. Easier way to do it is to stick within your niche, or um, I think a lot of people may see you as or they think of you as a type of person. Like, for example, Lane, right? He's a dad. So that gives him so many things that he can talk about, not just parenting, not just being a dad, but also travel, cars, whatever, because that's all part of being a dad, right? So think about that for your content, okay? All right, so what are some of the reasons that we want to be on YouTube? And one of the main ones is that search traffic, which is going to give you that extra exposure. And people on YouTube are searching different from people on Amazon. All right. So sometimes people want to just learn how to use something, but also sometimes people just want to, they're looking for a product to solve one of their problems that they're having. A lot of times people are on Amazon and they're, as we know, even with Inspire, they're just like, well, what should I spend my money on today? They don't even care. Right? So just remember that it's a different mindset. So I don't know, as far as automation, as we all know, that's Lane's expertise. But for me, I definitely want my titles of my videos to be different on YouTube than on Amazon. Because to me, Amazon is just so restrictive. And goodness gracious, if they ever have an incentive, they always want you to put these hashtags. Why don't they think about how long the hashtag is? No. The hashtags just go on forever. They give you 60 characters and you got to use 15 of them for their silly hashtags. So you don't have to worry about that on YouTube. Your titles can be longer. I think 100 characters is kind of like the sweet spot, but you can go longer. It does not restrict you. Doesn't say, hey, you can't post this video because your title is too long. Okay. And then, of course, there is the description.
Hold on, YouTube titles, you do have 100-character length. Yeah.
Limit. Okay,
Yeah.
great. Thank you. Thank you. I know 100 characters was in my head for something. Okay, but the description, I think what, 5,000 characters, Lane? So that's where the extra search comes in at, because your title doesn't have to be the only thing that has that keyword that people could be searching for on Amazon. You got a whole description there where you can, I'm not saying stuff your description with a bunch of keywords. That's not what I'm saying. But you can, talk about the product. You can use different variations of your experience with the product, all those things, even to take the script that you're using when you make the video, you can copy and paste that into the description. Okay. So with that, I want to talk about the different formats because this is important. You have your live streaming on YouTube is having a moment, especially vertical live streams. And I don't know exactly how it happens, but sometimes, and if you go live vertically regularly, not just like random, but regularly they start pushing your live out to more people. Of course, this is all because they're in competition with, you know, TikTok. I don't know if all this stuff is going to change if TikTok goes away. But for right now, vertical lives, and for a while there, Amazon was also pushing vertical lives and they were putting them in the Inspire feed. I don't know why they stopped that experiment, must not have worked that well. But the vertical live, if you're using software like StreamYard, Ecamm Live, Restream, there's a bunch of them. You can be live in both places at the same time. Okay. So you can, the fact that Amazon took our live streams off the product pages, you also have that extra benefit if you're live streaming on YouTube and Amazon at the same time. Now, just be careful if you do this. You kind of want to talk more about Amazon than YouTube because Amazon might shut you down. YouTube won't. YouTube will not shut you down because you're talking about Amazon. But that's just how Amazon is. I just want to read a couple comments that came in as I was talking. David started a new channel just for product reviews. It takes a while for it to grow, but doing okay so far. Still small, but bringing in some extra money. So that is nice. Yeah. And, it's all about your capacity. I always say this. What is your capacity? If you have a capacity for another channel, like for example, if you're doing this full time, then you may have the capacity to start another YouTube channel because YouTube is important. When it comes to the offsite traffic, YouTube is major. Now, I know some of you all get traffic or you've heard about people that get a lot of traffic from Instagram, but that's really only in like beauty and fashion, maybe home, things like that. But YouTube is overarching, just like Amazon. Okay, so keep that in mind. If you're going to start up another channel and another effort, in your wheelhouse, I think that YouTube should be one of your focuses. Andrew says there are many factors to think about for having a dedicated channel for your shoppable videos. Yeah, there are a lot of factors to consider, and I'm not going to go through all of them, but I just want you all to think, do I want to have another channel? Do I have the capacity to build up another channel? Or do I just want to pepper in some shoppable videos amongst the other content that I have on my channel? That's like your own decision that you have to make. Um, and financial niche is the YouTube place to be if you want to make money. Now, yes, Stephen, I'm going to have to come back to that because I didn't finish going through the different formats. So before I go back to the comments, we talked about live streams, then we have shorts. Okay, shorts now. YouTube just made this change 2 months ago, can go up to 3 minutes. So it's not just 60 seconds, but it has to be vertical or square. They say square. I never see a square video, but you can make a square video. But the downside of using shorts, and this is what may happen, what you'll encounter if you're repurposing your existing Amazon videos, the downside is that you can't put links in your shorts description or the comments. Now, with that said, I'm just going to let y'all know that sometimes they work and sometimes they don't, because I got some that the links still work. However, when people are scrolling through shorts, they're not checking your description. They're scrolling through shorts. They're not looking at your description. So, keep that in mind. Then you have your classic long form, or what you may also hear called VOD, video on demand. right? Your long form. And long form could be 2 minutes or it could be 2 hours. Okay. So I like to, when I'm doing my live streams, I usually try to cut it off around an hour, but I have done 2 and 3 hour live streams before. And people will stay and chat it up and keep giving you super chats. So if you're monetized, you you have more than just the ability to drive people over to Amazon and make money from your Amazon influencer, but you also have that ability for AdSense and for what's called fan funding, where people can give you super chats or they can give you a super thanks, meaning they look at your VOD. You're not live. They look at the replay of your live or your VOD and they can just say, tag, that video answered my question. Bam. Super thanks. I'm going to give that person 10, 5, whatever, 20. I think the highest is 150 or something, some crazy amount. So there's
The highest is 500.
500. Yeah. And in the beginning, there were people getting those $500, but I haven't seen that lately. And I think a lot of that happens in the gaming world. And I know we do have some gamers. So even though you might not be here right now, you might be watching this on replay. So, so there's, the AdSense, there's just so many different ways that you can monetize YouTube. That's why I kind of recommend sticking with your existing channel because you might be closer to reaching that threshold for monetization. But now, speaking of thresholds, here's one way that YouTube is different from Amazon, and that's the payout threshold. Amazon wins because you only got to make $10 to get money from Amazon. You have to make $100 to get a payout from YouTube. So bear that in mind. So it's all about your goal. Like think in your mind or envision for yourself, what is it that I really want to get out of this channel? Do I want to just drive traffic over to Amazon or whatever, wherever else you may have, like you could be a Walmart creator or something like that? Or do I want to have this multifaceted, like I'm doing affiliate marketing, I'm doing these other things in addition with the AdSense, the fan funding, building community, and all that, because you can do all of that on YouTube. That's what I love about it. Like even in the heyday of live streaming on Amazon, you can sort of kind of build a community if the same people come back all the time, but that didn't really happen too much. It was more of, new people coming in all the time and they may see you one time and never see you again. Not really that community building, just a little bit. So, all right. So long form, I almost forgot. Live, shorts, long form, and then the opportunity for podcasting. So there's a couple different ways you can do podcasting with YouTube. Unless y'all want to know about that, y'all can ask me about that later. It's not really that tied into your Amazon earnings, but it could be. It could be, depending upon your topic and all of that. Okay. But one thing I do want to mention, because I saw two influencers do this in the past week, and I already spoke to one of them. Do not, because of this whole FTC thing, in your videos, don't tell people to click on your Amazon links to show their support for you or whatever. Don't do that. It's against terms. Okay. And I know it seems like a natural thing to do. Hey, while you're here, just click on my link and shop on my Amazon store. Nope. You can do what we're supposed to do, which is to say, my link is down below, and as an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. don't encourage people to show support by clicking on your links. Okay. All right. So here's another reason. And I know if you've been in the Facebook groups for any amount of time, you've seen it. Copyright. Copyright, discovery, and protection. So YouTube has this robust machine learning that knows if a video that you uploaded has been copied by someone else, and you will get a notification that your video parts or all of your video have been shared by someone else. And this is what you see when people post on Facebook. I found another one of those thieves. They took our videos. You better go over their channel and see if they took yours and report them. You know, because it still is all done by machine. So YouTube could miss every now and then. And then it depends upon how the scammer does it. Sometimes they use AI to do the voice or whatever. So that is another reason why a lot of people will put all their videos on YouTube just so that, because there's different types of scammers, right? Some of them will set up a whole nother Amazon account, but a lot of times what they do is they upload the videos to YouTube because they want to get monetized on YouTube from your content. But YouTube will crush them. Who knows if Amazon will ever find them? Don't bank on it. Okay. So, yeah, so now let's talk a little bit about YouTube Shorts versus long form. And the reason why I think this is an important topic, because if you're going to just upload all of your Amazon videos and you know you do vertical videos, right? So that means they're going to be shorts. That means you're not ever going to be able to promote your Amazon products. And then you're going to say, oh, wow, that YouTube didn't work for me. Yeah, it doesn't. It's not going to work that way. So here's a couple things you can do. You can convert that vertical video into a 16:9 video. All different kinds of tools you can use. You can just put up a background. Let me just give you an example. Let's just say this was, here's something that I want to show you guys on the phone. But let's just say that where you see my phone, that was my vertical YouTube Amazon video. Then all you got to do is put up a background that makes it 16:9. And it could be something blurred out, or it could be a solid color or gradient color like what I have here. You don't have to have, you know, anything on the side, or you could have words on the side, whatever. Easy peasy way to just go ahead and convert those vertical videos. Wait a minute. It says I'm muted. Okay, now convert those vertical videos over into horizontal. And then that way they can still stay 20 seconds, 30 seconds, 40 seconds, and you can have your links.
Can I chime in?
Yes.
The other option is to film horizontally first and then just know in your head that you're not going to really use the space on the side. And then whenever you go to repurpose your content, you're just cutting it into the middle right there. There's a couple of tools you can use to be able to make this happen. I use repurpose.io. They'll repurpose your content for you. And I actually have one that goes from my dad reviews channel, which is all horizontal videos, and I repurpose those to vertical videos on a different channel that's just for shorts. So kind of a way to tap into both without overloading one channel or the other with the amount of content that I produce. The other option that you have is Opus Clip, which I've used before and they work fairly well. I just can't automate it through my system. But if you're looking for just a quick way to take a YouTube video that's, or actually, I guess, no, it'd have to be horizontal. You pop it, all you do is take the link and pop it on over into there. By the way, I'll put my links for all the tools that I use in the chat here. Automation.
Yeah,
Um,
bookmark this page, you guys, because you're gonna think about this later on and say, "Oh, what was that? What was that page that Lane shared?"
yeah, so this is all the tools that I use to like do all my repurposing and automations and all that type of stuff, and to have a database for all my videos. But the Opus Clip, if you already have a horizontal video on YouTube, you can upload it to them, and then they will basically create a whole bunch of. I just did it actually with a video that was 8 minutes long, and I believe it gave me 14 different um, vertical videos that I can use. It kind of gives me a title for them already. It tells me why it thinks that that's a good clip. It kind of gives you, it automatically breaks it up into what it thinks the best timing is for those clips. And so it's just another way to get the content, more content out of something that you've already created. And the cool thing about Opus Clip is that if you already have the vertical, you can upload that to it and it'll break it up for you. That way you have a whole bunch of different vertical content. Let's say you did a longer live stream that was vertical, then you could pop that over into Opus Clip and then they would chop it down for you, and then you can use that on all your other social platforms. So hopefully that helps.
Very, very helpful. Yeah. There is quite a few tools that you can take horizontal and make vertical.
Yeah.
And yeah, and in fact, I have a whole bendable list of taking long form and breaking it up into short form.
Just the
So
reason why I like repurpose is that it you can set it up to where it automatically does it for you. Like you upload the video to YouTube, it sees that you uploaded that video and then it just transforms it for you and automatically pushes it to whatever social networks you have connected to it. So that's a very powerful tool.
awesome, awesome.
And that's in
Yeah.
the link that I put into the chat.
Okay, so Heather, I'm not sure I understand your question. Heather says if you take a horizontal and make it vertical, will YouTube mark it as a duplicate? So you're saying you have one video and you have uploaded it to YouTube, and then you want to make that exact same video, a vertical video, and upload it to YouTube?
I
I'm
don't
not.
think that YouTube is gonna see that. Yeah, it would if you make some kind of change to it, then you'll be okay. And the change you're making is going from horizontal to vertical. Or it could be you took the video and you added captions to it, or you have to make some kind of uh what do you call that? Transformation to the content so that YouTube sees that it is something new. It adds some that kind of value to it. I mean, just adding captions to a video, the value that you're adding there is so that you can have the hard of hearing be able to consume your content with hopefully the captions being correct.
Yeah, and uh, what I really want to encourage you all, and don't get me wrong, I love shorts. Shorts have a whole great purpose and they can help you grow your channel and all that good stuff. But if you're thinking about using this to support your Amazon, okay, just remember your goals have got to be set in stone. Like what is my goal with this channel? If you wanted to support your Amazon, just remember that short And 3 minutes, to me, 3 minutes is long. I'm kind of annoyed that they made it 3 minutes. 60 seconds was fine for me. But that short, you cannot add a link. You can't add a link. So you want horizontal. Okay, that's my opinion. Okay, I'm not saying don't do shorts. That's not what I'm saying. But for in this particular case, Heather, I'm not understanding why you want both. If you already have the horizontal, just do the horizontal. Now, the short may get more views. It just all depends. YouTube is the algorithm that YouTube has for regular videos is not the same as the algorithm that they have for shorts. And your shorts may get pushed out, but like I said, one more time, you can't add no links to the shorts. And even if you did add a link to a short, people aren't going to see it because they're not going to look in your description on a short. Anybody want to prove me wrong on that? I'd like to see some numbers. Come on, Dino. Come on, Steven. Where's David? David, there you go. Okay. All right. I'm just checking to see if there's any other comments. Only downfall to YouTube copyright is until you hit the 1K subscribers, you can't use the copyright tool to dispute until you hit the monetization requirement to unlock the copyright dispute feature. Otherwise, you only have the ability to report the channel or content or contacting support. Great observation, Andrew. I I guess it's been so long that I didn't even realize you had to have that. And that may be another reason why a lot of people are posting it on Facebook is so that everybody can go and report those channels. And the more reports that YouTube gets, they will pay attention. You'll get action from YouTube way quicker than you ever will get from Amazon. Okay, so let me just go to the phone real quick just to give you an idea of the how robust these reporting tools are and why I love it so much. So this is my channel, and I'm on the content. Remember I told you about the different kinds of content, and it's showing me the returning viewers, like what they're watching. Are they watching my shorts, my videos, my live streams? Then it's telling me my subscribers. How many subscribers did I gain? So here, this is kind of debunking things that others may be saying, or it may be the experience for you. My live streams are bringing me more subscribers than my shorts or my videos. And I got way more views on my shorts. Okay. But I'm getting more subscribers from my live stream. So that's kind of like about that building community and all that good stuff. All right. So now, just like I said, look at the views, shorts, 8.4 thousand. But my live streams, 2.5 thousand, but I got more subscribers. So people are, they see me. It's more about the personality. Like, yeah, I want more from her. Because on my live streams, I just go off topic and I'm all over the place. Only reason why I'm not doing all over the place right now, because I got notes. All right. So it's a great way to build community. That's why one of the reasons why I love YouTube. Here's another thing that is very important about your utilization of YouTube. And I mentioned earlier about making the Logie brands happy. But YouTube is also the way for other brands to find you. They might see your videos on Amazon, but what are they going to do? They can't contact you from Amazon. Like, I want to work with this person. We got a product that's like that. Or we like their on camera delivery, whatever the case may be. They have no way of contacting you. Now, if you've got that YouTube link in your on your page, your homepage, your storefront page. I'm sorry, couldn't think of that word. And then on YouTube, you have a email address that is for people to contact you to reach out for brand collaborations. I'm gonna tell y'all, I know that I'm leaving money on the table because most of the time I don't even look in that email. And then when I go in there, sometimes I'm like, oh, there's that brand. I see other people promoting that brand. They sent me an email, but I just don't have time because I know my capacity because I have a full-time job, right? But I know a lot of you are using um, Amazon as your business, or you have help helping you to run your business, or you got automation helping you to run your business. So you want to be able to go through these people that are contacting. I literally get at least one email every day, and I'm not even looking for people to email me. But because they see the brands, the sellers, they see my YouTube channel, and they see the engagement on there, and they see me talking about the Amazon influencer program. So they're like, yes, well, and sometimes I'll even scroll through to see what they're offering. But most of the time, I'm just like, thank God for Logie, because I don't have time, because I just don't have the time. But I know a lot of you all do, and you love, love, love brand deals. This is the way to get those brands' attention with YouTube. Anybody want to fight me on that one? I don't see no takers. I, I know we had somebody trying to fight me last week, but I guess they're not.
I'll just add that YouTube doesn't care if you say, here's my contact info at the end of the video. So you could add that as you're posting your stuff to YouTube.
Absolutely. You can put it in the description of each of your long form videos. You want to definitely put it on your about page, which is where I know people are finding mine on my about page because that's really where I have it linked. Or you have, like a beacons. Some people use Linktree. We had a question about that earlier in one of the groups. Somebody felt like they weren't getting their commissions through Linktree. So I'm not recommending Linktree at this moment, but I'm just saying you have one of those bio pages, Stan Store, whatever. You have that contact thing. Oh, yeah. Latoya says Stan Store. Yes. Don't use the same email as the email associated to your channel. Great point, Andrew, because that's another way that spammers try to figure out how to get into your account. So use a different email, and that's exactly what I did. Yep. If Linktree may have issues, what is recommended? Beacons? Well, I use beacons, but I can't like fully endorse that and say, because I don't get that much information. I mean, I don't get contacted that much from there. I get contacted from my YouTube channel, but I do see a lot of people using Stan Store. Now, Stan Store is not I don't know if they have a free offering. I think you have to pay. Like it maybe give you a free trial. But and CJ, I don't have all the details about this Linktree issue. I saw someone talking about it. I saw somebody else talking about it, but I didn't dive into it. If anybody knows anything about Amazon links not being fully credited, if somebody uses Linktree, please chime in. I would love to hear your experience. And Dino says he uses beacons too. And yeah, Stan Store is one that I see people that I know are making offsite are using Stan Store. And Stan Store has other things built in. So does Beacons, where you can send emails and all that stuff. Beacons has a nice media kit, like Altovis was talking about earlier. I wanted to make sure I show you mine, just to give you an example, because I use a free version of Beacons. I'm not sure if Dino is using a free one, but let me just, Dino, let us know here. Hang on, let me screen share. old school way. All right, here we go. I got allow. Okay, so here's my beacons page, right? Um, and then here's my media kit up at the top. And here's what Altavis was talking about, having a work with me link, but I have it right here, collaborate with me. And here's one reason why I like beacons is because it lets you aggregate all of your follower counts and have them all here. So with this media kit, then you can also add your brand partner so then they can go in and see all your demographics. Like actually YouTube has a media kit, all right? But the media kit from YouTube only has your YouTube stats. But this gives you, the number of subscribers, engagements, comments, tells them the demographics, age, gender, countries. And these are some of the questions that you may be getting from brands, okay? And then, I use Twitter. I don't know what they tell you about Twitter, not too much. Instagram, I probably need to authenticate Instagram again. TikTok, it's going into all those demographics. So yeah, there's a ton of link and bio pages, just like there's a ton of ways you can make shorts from long videos. But I like this one because it's free. So yeah. Let's see. Terry said I hired a VA to port my storefront content to YouTube. Just started the beginning of the year. Yes. Okay, Dino says he pays for Pro. So then that means he can have access to sending out emails, more customization of the way his page looks. It doesn't have to say beacons at the bottom, and there's a bunch of other things and they have been educating folks as well and sending out like little courses through email. So beacons is pretty cool. So let me see. I couldn't read the whole exchange from Terry because it collapsed. I wonder if it's because of the newest policy change and the issues with unauthorized services linking. I don't know much about Linktree, just a thought on it. Oh yeah, like I said, I couldn't dive into what's going on with Linktree because I just say I don't recommend it. It's the idea of a Linktree makes sense, but the actual Linktree product may be tripping something when it comes to your cookies and all that good stuff with Amazon. So, so is anyone having any issues with their YouTube or questions about YouTube? I will say I was very pleasantly surprised, and the reason why I decided to talk about YouTube today, and I posted into the Logie Facebook group, what is one strategy you're going to try in 2025 to increase your income on Amazon? A lot of you all said YouTube, continue with YouTube or start with YouTube. And so I was happy about that. So let's just bring this back to Logie then, since I don't see any questions here. Let's just make sure that we are, for those Logie products, that we are posting that content back on Logie. So the brands know. I wish Stas was here because he probably would be giving me a standing ovation right now. So that the brands would know that you're posting over there. Okay. So, you know, I love using the automation, but that's something that you're going to have to actually do manually because otherwise they won't know unless they're trying to, look for stuff on YouTube and they might accidentally find you, may not even realize you're a Logie creator. So you need, it's very important that you post that on Logie. Lane, did you want to say something?
Well, I heard the word automation while I was doing something. And I was wondering what we were talking about.
Okay, Latoya, you said off Amazon content, you mean? Yes, any content that you share anywhere off of Amazon, because Logie's going to already pull in anything you post on Amazon, Logie knows, right? And it's going to pull that in. And the brands pretty much expect you, like, they send you a free product. The least you could do is make an Amazon video for it. Come on, or a picture, a photo. That's the least you can do, people. But we want more, more. So YouTube is definitely a place that's going to get attention. Lorraine, I'm not sure if you are available to turn your mic on, because I know that you are very prolific with your posting your videos, and I'm pretty sure that your YouTube channel, you have some of your Amazon products linked. Would you care to say anything?
Hello, Miss Ileane and everyone else. But I don't use YouTube that much. I'm still learning. I'm actually sitting here now reading about YouTube.
Okay, great. The best place to read about YouTube is on the
Yeah,
YouTube blog.
that's where I am.
Okay, that's because, honestly, this is one of the things. It's one of my pet peeves from being a blogger, right? You got all these like tech crunches and and all they do is they just take the article that's been posted on a YouTube blog and just keep linking back to the YouTube blog. It's like I don't need to read TechCrunch. I can read it on YouTube, and I make sure that I get. But that's just my pet peeve.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I actually just put one Amazon product on YouTube some months ago. I see it didn't have any views, and I think the last time I used YouTube was in 2013. So, because I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh, okay. All right. So,
Mhm.
all right. So, some Latoya asked if YouTube has a blog, and so let me grab that link. And there's a YouTube blog. And another thing I love about YouTube is the creator collective. And I don't know how I got chosen to be in the creator collective or to get invited to the events. But unlike Amazon, when they invite people to events, those people have these huge Amazon presence. And in my case, I have a long-standing YouTube presence, but I'm not going to say it's huge. And they invited me to two events in 2024. And they give you a little swag. Let me see. It's just one of the little things they gave me. It's the Creator Collective. And somehow I got on the email list, and I got invited to a Thanksgiving friend anniversary. And then I also got invited to a gaming event. And there's a couple other things that they've given me, like notebooks, pens, things, just nice little swag to memorialize the event and the fact that they invited me. So I made pals with a couple of folks that were there, and we, are on each other's channels. And I don't think any of them, except one, also does Amazon. But here's the other thing I wanted to talk about: the YouTube shopping program. And the reason why I wanted to talk about the YouTube shopping program is because this is the place where the brands hang out. So let me try to get the shopping tab up in the background. And I've talked about this before, and I think some of the folks in the group felt like there was mostly fashion and beauty. And yes, there is a lot of fashion and beauty. But let me go screen share. Okay. But a lot of these brands are hanging out on YouTube. And, this is just to back up what I was saying earlier about how they're on YouTube looking for influencers. Oh, and by the way, I got invited. Oh no, I got accepted to the Walmart Creator Program after posting a video and tagging Walmart. And I thought, now it's been a year and a half since I applied for this thing. Now they finally going to accept me. So here's some of the special promotions that they have going on right now. And yes, most of them are like home wayfarers, not really beauty, but. And then this is Jackery, but fitness. But here is the list of brands. You all. It's so many. In fact, it says down at the bottom, 1 to 30 out of 1,887. So all these brands are trying to get creators to promote their products. So let me just skip through because I don't want to just stay in the age. Just, you might see some brands that you're familiar with, or if you are monetized on YouTube, then you may have access to this, because what happened was originally you had to have 20,000 subscribers, and then they reduced it to 15. But then I got invited, as well as my daughter, and we at that time neither one of us had 15. My daughter has almost 15 now. But I still don't have 15. And so then they just keep rolling it back. They keep like lowering the requirement. Now, with all that said, the difference, the comparison between being in the Amazon influencer program versus the YouTube shopping affiliate program is still kind of like night and day. Because a lot of the brands people may not be as familiar with them. And it's sort of not the habit that people have of shopping. Like people, they see your shoppable video, even if they see it on YouTube, they see this video and they're like, okay, I'm going to go and check out. They might not want to go to Adorama instead of Amazon, or you got your shirt from one store, but your necklace is at another store. So people are kind of not used to that. That doesn't mean that they won't get used to it. And I know some people are making money. I know when I asked David about it, David Utechpia, he's not here right now. He said he was making money. Lane, I guess you get some sales through it. You got to unmute.
Yeah, sorry. I was just looking at it. In the past 90 days, I made $284 just in the affiliate program. So
On YouTube?
Yeah, on YouTube, yeah.
See?
So that, plus ad revenue, plus links in the description to Amazon or somewhere else, all the little bits start to add up after a while. It's just a matter of taking the time and going through and tagging all those products in your videos. That's the one thing that I can't automate.
Yes, you have to say, and the products go out of stock, and that happens on Amazon too, and you don't know it. So I just so happened, I was looking through my stats before we came on here, and I was like, well, let me see if I have an example of this one short that I did that did pretty well. Let me see. I think I got a couple thousand views on it. Wait a minute, hang on, let me get it back again. And I was like, oh, great. I wonder why I didn't get any sales and make any money off of it. Well, I can't find it now. Yeah, because whatever I tagged it, I guess I tagged it Target or Walmart, one of the two, is out of stock. So technically there is no YouTube tag on it, and it's a short, so there's no link. So it's like, so, and it's something common. It's the toners. I think we talked about it before, my toner video, my Hewlett Packard toners, which my job pays for, by the way, because somebody came in the comments and said, "Oh, you shouldn't be promoting these high-priced toners." And I'm like, I don't even pay for them. But that's either here nor there. They're out of stock, I guess. HP is revamping their whole toner game because people are complaining about the prices. So, but they're still in stock in Amazon. That's for sure. All right. So yeah, I hope that I've given you food for thought, tried to make sure I gave you some inspiration. And Lane, of course, is crushing it no matter where he goes. So there's some inspiration for you there.
I don't know about that. I just go everywhere and hopefully something hits.
And the fact that you're even making money on YouTube to me is like mind blowing because I get clicks. That's why I think all of a sudden Walmart reached out to me because I was tagging, I found some products that were not out of stock on Walmart right there, right then and there. That was a feat that took me about an hour and a half. Because they run out of stock of everything. Amazon has that game locked down, and that's why they're number one. Okay, I gotta say. But anyway, this recent product that I did, which is really like a $2 product or whatever, I noticed that like, oh, there's been a lot of clicks. Nobody buying it. It's a cheap product. It's at Walmart. Why is still nobody buying it? But then I got the invitation. Oh, welcome to Walmart Creator. I was like, whew, thank God something came from it. So, oh, and Latoya, I saw you mentioned about Target. I don't know. This was an anecdote. If you're using the same email address when you apply for Target and Walmart, you're only going to get one, not both. I don't know what. I don't know. It's like I said, it was an anecdote, right? I know that Target, I told y'all before, Target denied me immediately. I felt like I hadn't even finished hitting send on the application. And I looked at my email. I was like, nope, I'm like, how could they? And it could because I was using Impact for Walmart until they invited me, because they just invited me to the creator program like 3 days ago or something. And I'm using Impact, so that means the same email address, and they don't want you to be on both. And I kind of believe that because why does Target keep rejecting me? That didn't even make sense. But I use Benable, so I still make money from Target anyway. G-Web says, I've tagged hundreds of products on YouTube, never got on Walmart affiliate though. Yeah, it just came out of nowhere. And they said that I was hand selected. So, and that might be true because I don't see a lot of people, you know how in the Facebook groups, we would hear a lot of people saying, oh, I got it wrong. And I didn't see anybody else saying it. So they must just like trickle it out. And it could, I am assuming it's coming from YouTube, getting clicks over there. Andrew said he was denied. Did you apply through Impact? CJ said, I got approved for Walmart, but my IG followers don't purchase from there. Need to grow. Yeah. I mean, so now here's a dilemma for me. This is kind of a side note, right? I'm in the YouTube affiliate program, and now I'm a Walmart creator. Do I tag it with YouTube or do I put the Walmart? Like it doesn't. I didn't look at my rate card yet to see. I'm like, and YouTube doesn't tell you to rate. The YouTube will, it will say, I take that back. The rate is not consistent across the board. So depends upon the tag product that you tag. And I guess it's the same way with Amazon. Your commission rate would depend on that. So there you have it. Who's psyched for YouTube now, and who has questions about YouTube? Make sure I didn't miss any. I see y'all taking notes and stuff. Come on. Nothing? All right. Ehud, anything you want to add?
Not really. I mean, great, great notes. You and your YouTube knowledge is amazing, and I love how everybody's participating. Um, yeah, I mean, one of the biggest things we need to tackle is getting, I saw some people mention before, I think it was the previous session when they asked Lane about, distributing the content from Amazon to other places like YouTube and all that kind of stuff. I'm always bringing it back to Amazon. I'm always bringing it back there. So that's something that I really want to figure out for everybody, to just upload the video to one place, have it distributed to all places for your protection, for making more money, for all that kind of stuff. That's kind of where, but that's like not related directly to so that's just an interesting thinking and thoughts. And yeah, and either way, it's 3:05, so that means that we're good and we're right at the time. And if nobody has specific question, that means that we're gonna be good to go have lunch.
Yeah, and really quickly, everyone, your attention to the chat because Megan has talked about Shop My, has good Target and Walmart and really good commissions, and she posts her referral link. Also, if you use my link to sign up, you and I both get an extra 10% commission for the next 6 months. Thank you, Megan, because you know what? I did hear of Shop My, but my capacity. I always tell y'all, know your capacity, right? Megan, you want to say something really quickly? Look like you unmuted real.
No, just I just have been using Shop My for the past couple of weeks and creating new content for 2025. And I just really like it because it doesn't limit you so much to just what's on Amazon. But if I want to go for something that's a little bit more higher end or luxury or something I can't find, like I've been working on my Valentine's content, for instance, and I don't want to be limited to just the offerings on Amazon. So if I want something like a pair of Jimmy Choo boots, or some Christian Louboutin, belts and shoes and things like that, then you can go to Shop My and get it from Neiman Marcus or Nordstrom's or Bloomingdale's or any of that. And then you're going to make a higher commission. So that way your audience isn't limited to only, just the offerings of Amazon.
It sounds a lot like Venable because Venable has all those things you just mentioned. Venable has those as well. So yeah, but thank you, thank you. And do you use YouTube at all?
I do. I kind of got out of the habit because I went down that TikTok rabbit hole, and then and that didn't pay off for me. So, um, it's on my agenda for 2025 to get back to YouTube for sure.
And Sandy, you're asking an important question here, but I don't know that there's an answer. Sandy wants to know like how long it takes on average for monetization if you dedicate channel to reviews. How often are you uploading? How long are your videos? How many views are you getting? How many like there is so much to that. And unfortunately, I don't think anybody has like the silver bullet to tell you upload 2 videos a week and in 6 months you'll be monetized. It don't work like that. Unfortunately, unfortunately, I'm sorry. I like I said, I honestly don't think a dedicated channel for reviews is the way to go. But I know Lane has one. How long have you had that channel, Lane?
I started that channel September of 2017. So
Okay,
it's
so
been 8 years, 7, 8 years.
and things have changed so much on YouTube since back then to now. So we can't even like come up with a number for you, Sandy. I I would recommend that you do more than just reviews. That's my suggestion. Maybe someone else. If I ever find like a training or anything like that, I will be sure to share it in the Logie group. Because I think everybody should put content on YouTube. And like I said, if nothing else, this is the way for brands to find you, because you're going to put your email address. And like Andrew said, not the same email that you use to create your YouTube channel. You're going to have your email on your contact page. And people actually have to click that so that like spammers can't just get your email. So when they're on your about page, they literally have to click a button before they can see your email. Okay. But I know people are contacting me all the time. I'm just ignoring them. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Thank God for having a full-time job. But for 41 years, by the way, I'm sorry. My bad. 42 years. Uh, yeah. Okay. G-Webs like LI will be shut down. Oh, like TikTok because they requested Supreme Court. Well, you know, TikTok, this is a political move by TikTok making an announcement to say that we definitely are not going to sell TikTok. So don't anybody get hype. We're still at the same spot we were before they made that announcement. We already knew they wasn't going to sell to anybody. So I guess they're telling all the angel investors, don't even bother getting your money together, because we're not. If they ban us, they ban us. But believe me, it's political. And maybe in the next 2 weeks, we'll see how it all unfolds.
I wanted to ask Ehud if Logie has implemented the bulk what do you call that? Bulk adding of links, and then you guys parse them out.
Not yet, but what I'm working on is something much bigger than that. So, you know, we're working on a much bigger project that is not just, you know, parsing of links, is literally helping you distribute the links to the right places. So we just have it. We don't need to worry about it. It's going to be amazing.
Cool.
For you, it's easy because you have all these links ready for you to copy paste them, right? But for a lot of other people, imagine they can just upload it once to Logie. It's being sent to every place else. They can just imagine, and we already have all those links and everything is already done from within. That's kind of where we're taking it. Super excited about it. But
Cool.
it is a bigger project. And it should be, you know, also figuring out how to get even the content from Amazon and automatically send it to everywhere else. Just imagine creating a nice image for Amazon and all of a sudden seeing it distributed automatically to your LinkedIn, whatever, Facebook, Instagram. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Well, I thank you so much, Ehud, for all the things you do and the whole Logie team. And welcome again, Abigail. And you all have a fantastic week. And you know, if you have questions, you could post them. You could DM me, whatever it takes. And with that,
Amazing. So we will be seeing everybody in the group, in the chat, and around. And other than that, thank you everybody for attending our session.
bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.